Good morning. I'm Vanessa Barnes and I serve as the Dean of Students. Currently, we are preparing for the registration process, as many of you already know. We have had to change our schedule due to all of the snow and the ice and the days that we've missed of school. But hopefully, you have still been able to benefit from the recommendation day that we had a couple of weeks ago, and hope that many of you stopped by the electives fair that was held earlier this week. Next week, you will have one more opportunity to come during the evening on Wednesday night to the curriculum fair, which will be held from 6:30 until 8 o'clock. Rising ninth graders will be in the cafeteria, but current students here at Millbrook will be able to come to the Media Center to talk with the various departments and learn more about the course offerings that are available. Next week, on Tuesday, March the 10th, we will begin coming to you individually via the English classes. We will call you out of your class and talk to each of you one-on-one about your course selections and recommendations. As you go through this next few minutes of the presentation, we want you to know about all of the different things that will help you throughout the registration process so that you can make great selections. First, I also want to let you know the different counselors who will be working with you throughout this process. You see them on the screen. First, Jenny Cahoon, who works with students with the last names beginning A through C. Mr. Glenn Flowers, who works with students with last names D through I. Ms. Shantae Adams, who works with students with last names J through M. Ms. Zora Sadat, who works with students with last names N through SL, and Ms. Gwen Bayon, who works with students with last names SM through Z. So we hope that this will be helpful to you. Please make use of the time working with your counselors. We also have the QUAC table available each day where you can stop by and ask questions as well. We look forward to working with you and serving you throughout this process. Thank you.
As you begin the registration process this year, you want to go on the Student Services website to locate a few materials that you'll need. So once you get on Millbrook's website, you'll click on Student Services. Once you're on the Student Services Blackboard site, you'll see a link for registering for courses. Under that link, you will find all the materials that you need to do the registration process. First, you'll find the county's curriculum guide. That guide has every class available in Wake County, so you want to keep in mind as you're looking through that particular document that there are classes that we don't offer. Second, you'll find the Millbrook High School curriculum guide. This guide is probably the one you want to look at the most because it includes all the courses that we offer here at Millbrook. It will also show you what grades you have to be in a particular class. Also will list for you any prerequisites for those courses. Also, you'll find the course selection sheet in case you've lost the one that we gave you earlier. You can print one of those out. We do expect it to, when you show up for your registration day, which will be coming up really soon through your English classes, that you've already selected 8 classes that you want to take, as well as 3 alternates. You'll also find another copy of this PowerPoint guide in case you and your parents want to look at it again as you look at classes with them. As you're selecting your classes, one of the most important things to keep in mind are your graduation requirements. While the graduation requirements do not fill up every one of your 8 classes, there are some things that you need to keep in mind. So make sure that you remember that you're getting all 4 Englishes, 4 Maths, 3 Science, 4 Social Studies. You have to have Healthful Living or ROTC. And then the rest of your courses will come from electives. So make sure that as you're selecting courses, you get all the required classes in there. One other thing to keep in mind too is the second language requirement, or language B. That is not a graduation requirement. However, if you plan on attending a 4-year school, you will need to make sure you have at least 2 credits in the same foreign language, and then make sure you have a total of 26 credits minimum for graduation.
In addition to your required graduation requirements, you also are required to meet certain criteria in order to promote to the next grade level. To promote from grade 9 to 10, you must have a minimum of 6 credits, and they must include English 1 and 2 credits in either math, science, or social studies. In order to promote from grade 10 to 11, you must have a minimum of 12 credits, and one of those must be your English 2. And in order to promote from grade 11 to 12, you must have a minimum of 18 credits, and those credits must include English 1, English 2, and English 3. Each of you will receive a copy of your high school transcript. This is what your transcript will look like. It will list all of your courses that you have taken for high school credit, starting with 9th grade. Some of you may also have courses listed in 8th grade if you took a math or a foreign language in middle school for high school credit. Your transcript will list the final course grade that you have received for the course, the total number of credits that you have earned, and also what your current GPA is, weighted and unweighted, and your class rank. Your weighted GPA will take into consideration honors, AP, and IB courses. Unweighted GPA will calculate all of your final grades on one standard 4.0 scale.
Some things to remember as you're selecting your classes is, first, go back and review your teacher recommendations. We want to make sure that you are in the correct classes. We want to make sure that you challenge yourself, but we also want to make sure that you don't get yourself in over your heads and get into classes that are going to be too challenging for you. So since we've already done that recommendation process, it's always good to go back and review what the teacher has recommended for you. If you don't understand the recommendation or want them to talk to you about a different class, be sure to talk with your current teachers and get the information from them on what you should be doing. Also, talk to your parents. They always have the final say in the courses that you're going to be taking anyway, so make sure that you get their input from them. Another good source is to talk with your counselor. If there's time between now and the time that your class is registering, you and your parents can both make an appointment with your counselor to make sure that you're selecting the right courses. One other thing to keep in mind is the advanced placement classes are by recommendation only. So your teachers do have to sign off on the recommendations for AP classes. If you want to take one of the advanced placement classes or we're not recommended for it, then you must download the change in placement form and get that signed and turn that in to your counselor before we'll select that course for you. These next two slides are a copy of the course selection sheet. This lists all the courses that we will be offering next school year. The front side lists core academic classes as well as electives in those areas. So be sure that you're choosing the proper English, math, science, and social studies courses, as well as any electives in those areas that you want. Also on that front side, you'll find the language B classes that are available to you to take next year. On the reverse side, you're going to find electives such as physical education, fine arts, and career technical education. One thing we want to encourage students to do is to continue working in the same program area. So if you've taken some courses in one of these particular areas and you've liked it, we would encourage you to continue working in that same particular area to gain experience. Our hope is that you will find some career classes that you can use as you go throughout high school and to help prepare you for career, as well as prepare you to continue your studies as you go to the next level. One thing that you really need to be aware of is prerequisites. Some courses have prerequisites that are no-brainers, like you have to pass English 1 before you go to English 2, but some of the electives have prerequisites that you may not know about. So this is why it's important for you to refer to the curriculum guide when you're selecting your courses. If you select a course that you do not have prerequisite for, we cannot give you that course for your schedule next year and you've wasted one of your choices. So do make sure that you have satisfied prerequisites for every class before you choose them. And then finally, remember, you're going to choose 8 primary courses and 3 alternates. And keep in mind that the 3 alternates need to be courses that you want. They may not be your first choices, but there's a good chance that you're going to get 1 or maybe even 2 of those depending on what your other selections were. So make sure you make wise choices and you select courses that you're going to be happy with if you get them.
There are some courses at Millbrook that do require a student complete an application in order to be eligible to take that course. Here you can see the following courses that require an application. They are PEPI, Yearbook, Newspaper, Teacher Cadet, Media Studies, Digital Media Academy, Advanced Studies courses, and CTE. If you're interested in taking any of these courses, you will need to see the particular teacher for that course, or if you do not know who that teacher is, feel free to see your counselor to find out who you need to see to get that application. These applications do have a deadline, so be sure to find out about those deadlines as soon as possible. Also, Millbrook will be offering the following new courses next school year: Business Law, Music Industry Leadership, Animal Science 1, and Essentials for College Math. If you have questions about those courses, feel free to see your counselor to get more information. As we mentioned before, you are required to have 26 credits to graduate. Some students may be eligible to graduate early, meaning a semester early their senior year. If you are interested in graduating a semester early your senior year and you are currently a junior, please be sure to let your counselor know that you are interested in early graduation. There is an application that you must complete to be approved for early graduation, and so when a counselor comes to your classroom to start your registration process with you, you can let that counselor know that you're interested in early graduation so that you can get an application, but you will still need to make sure to sit down with your counselor to get more information on what is required of you. The application deadline for early graduation is June 1st, so please do not wait until the last minute to submit your application. Also, summer school will be available for students that are interested in taking classes online through North Carolina Virtual Public School. Summer school is a free option for students. You can take a maximum of 2 courses online during the summer. Registration for summer school will begin after we return from spring break. Summer school is available through North Carolina Virtual Public School, which is an online system where students will learn independently through that particular course. If you're interested in summer school, you can take a maximum of 2 courses online, and you will need to see your counselor to find out which courses you're eligible to take. Please do not wait until the last minute to sign up for summer school, as spaces will fill up quickly. So there will be another process that you will have to complete for this registration, and that is when counselors will come to your English classes to sit with you individually to choose your actual courses that you will take for next school year. Please, in the meantime, continue to talk with your parents to find out from them what they will prefer that you take and what would be the best fit for you. Continue to talk with your teachers if you have questions about the correct placement for you and the electives that you are considering. Starting on March 10th, counselors will be doing registration sit-down meetings with juniors, and we will pull you out individually to choose the classes with you. All students, please be sure to have your registration forms with you with the 8 courses that you would like to take, in addition to 3 alternate electives. We want you to have 3 alternate courses in the event that your primary electives cannot be scheduled for you once the schedules are done later this school year.